Lead conference for 14 projects under infrastructure program. But before that, may I request everyone to please stand for our prayer. Then Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this procurement activity. Hear our prayer and be at the midst of our activity. Impart your supreme wisdom upon us so that we may reach a successful conclusion. Thank you for being our source of guidance today. Amen. Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Good morning again. Present today is our BAC chairman, Engineer Jerry Ucar, our vice chairman, Attorney Clarence Simando. Also here, members of the BAC, also with Engineer Alberto Esqueto Jr., Engineer Arturo Tripose, and Engineer Feliciano Garotes. On the part of the technical working group, we have here Engineer Rochelle Lumagi, Architect Donald Rimando, and Engineer Romel Ibay, and yours truly, Daisy Manzano. And for the BAC Secretariat, Engineer Maria Crisa J. Marquez. To support us in the live streaming, Ma'am Teresita Manalo, and also Sir Wayne Francisco. Sir, since all of the BAC members are present, there is a quorum, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Daisy. So, today we will be having a brief conference of 14 civil works projects. So, before we proceed with these activities, all of the BAC members are present, so the proceedings now called to order. And DPWH, please acknowledge any participants is there are in respective business for this private conference.
Sir, we have sent notices to the observers, but no one attended this one. And also no prospective either attended this private conference, sir.
And we will proceed as scheduled. So this private conference is being undertaken to discuss the project details, the schedule of procurement activities, and the technical and financial requirements of the contracts to be bid. So we now request the technical working group to present these requirements of the projects.
May we request Engineer Rochelle Lumagi to discuss the data for the private conference. Okay. So for 24A00301, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along national roads, primary roads, Manila North Road, kilometer 0501 plus 750. Contract ID 24A00339, construction of bypass and diversion roads, Laoag-San Nicolas bypass road, Laoag City-Bacarra section, Ilocos Norte, package B. Contract ID 24A00460, preventive maintenance, primary roads, Manila North Road, to kilometer 0487 plus 418, to kilometer 0487 plus 369, kilometer 0487 plus 300, to kilometer 0487 plus 176. For contract ID 24A00473, preventive maintenance, primary road, Manila North Road, kilometer 0529 plus 606 to kilometer 0530 plus 250. Contract ID 24A00475, preventive maintenance, primary road, Manila North Road, kilometer 0532 plus 800 to kilometer 0532 plus 941. 24A00476, preventive maintenance, primary road, Manila North Road, kilometer 0564 plus 003 to kilometer 0564 plus 190, kilometer 0564 plus 737 to kilometer 0565 plus 002. 24A00478, Rehabilitation, Reconstruction, Upgrading of Damaged Field Roads, Primary Roads, Manila Norte Road, kilometer 0492 plus 19 to kilometer 0493 plus 019, kilometer 0510 plus 639 to kilometer 0510 plus 697. Next is 24A00483, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects, Elevating Docks, CPAG, Construction of Road, Package 1, Barangay Hermosa, Bayambang, Pangasinan. 24A00484, Preventive Maintenance, Primary Roads, Manila North Road, kilometer 0571 plus 560, 2 kilometer 0572 plus 000, kilometer 0572 plus 179 to kilometer 0573 plus 300. 24A00485, Construction of Bypass and Diversion Roads, Construction of Bypass and Diversion Roads, Laoag-San Nicolas Bypass Road, San Nicolas Road Section, San Nicolas Ilocos Norte. For 24A00487, Sustainable Infrastructure Project, Elevating Docks, construction of flood mitigation structure along Maluyo River, Barangay Sabiot, Palawan, Laoag. 24A00488, Sustainable Infrastructure Project, Elevating Docks, construction of flood control structure, Barangay Pantarawan, San Fernando City. 24A00489, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structures and drainage system, construction of flood mitigation structure along the Busan River, Barangay Kawayan, Burgos, La Union. 24A00490, widening of permanent bridges, Santa Cruz Parallel Bridge Phase 2. So the purpose of Preventive conference is to discuss, clarify, and explain the different aspects of the project of the procuring entity with the prospective leaders. So they have here the guidelines. Held at least 12 calendar days before the deadline for bid submission, but not earlier than 7 calendar days from the advertisement or posting of the opportunity. Required for procurement project with ABC equal to or more than 1 million. For the contract data of 24A00301, we have here the location, Pasukin, Ilocos Norte. So funding source is GAA, FY 2024. We have here the ABC, 4,825,000. For the scope of work, earthworks, removal of structure or obstruction, foundation field, installation of RCBC and new wall, construction of stone masonry. And for the contract duration, we have 71 calendar days. Next is 24A00339, location, Laoag City, City-Bacarra, Ilocos Norte. So funding source is GAA, FY 2024, and the ABC is 193 million. For the scope of works, we have earthworks, installation of RCPC, 610 mm diameter, lateral canal, both sides with patch basing, construction RCBC cross drains, 4 units, 1.25 by 1 by 30 meter, 1 barrel. Next is slope protection works, Portland cement concrete pavement, 0.33 feet, 14 days carriage weight. Next, Portland cement concrete pavement, 0.15 meter feet, 14 days, sidewalk and 5 lanes. So the contract duration for this contract is 270 calendar days. Next is 24A00463. Location is Laoag City, Ilocos Norte. So the ABC is 6,272,500 pesos. For the scope of works, removal of actual structure or obstruction, ACT, asphalt overlay with anti-rotting additives, application of thermoplastic pavement marking, and sealing of joints and cracks. For the contract duration, we have 40 calendar days. Next is 24A00473. Location is Burgos, Ilocos Norte. So the ABC is 19,300,000 for the scope of works. Asphalt overlay with anti-rotting additives, application of thermoplastic pavement marking, sealing of joints and cracks. Contract duration, 70 calendar days. Next is 24A00475. Location is Burgos, Ilocos Norte. So ABC is 5,790,000. For the scope of work, we have asphalt overlay with anti-rotting additives, application of thermoplastic pavement marking, and sealing of joints and cracks. Contract duration 34 calendar days. Next is 24A00476. Location is Pagudpod, Ilocos Norte. ABC is 4,741,045 pesos. For the scope of work, we have asphalt overlay with anti-rotting additives, application of thermoplastic pavement marking, and sealing of joints and cracks. For the contract duration, we have 24 calendar days. Next is 24A00478. Here the location, Bacarra, Ilocos Norte, ABC, 5,790,000. For the scope of work, we have subgrade preparation, aggregate sub-base, removal and replacement of PCCP with microsynthetic fibers, application of pavement markings. So the contract duration for this is 56 calendar days. Next is 24A00483. So the location is Bayambang, Pangasinan. The ABC is 96,500,000. For the scope of works, we have earthworks including embankment from borough and removal of existing ACP, construction of PCCP pavement, asphalt overlay with anti-rotting additive, sub-base and base courses, driving of steel sheet piles as slope protection, construction of stone masonry for slope protection, installation of solar LED street light. We have single arm. For the contract duration, we have 165 calendar days. For contract ID 24A00484, the location is Pagudpod, Ilocos Norte. The ABC is 43,425,000. For the scope of work, asphalt overlay with anti-rotting additives, application of thermoplastic pavement marking, and sealing of cracks and joints. Contract duration is 95 calendar days. Next, 24A00485. Location is San Nicolas, Ilocos Norte with an ABC of 125,450,000. We have here the scope of work, earthworks, construction of mechanically stabilized dirt for the MSD goal for bridge approach lane. So the contract duration is 270 calendar days. For 24A00487, we have the location, Palawan, La Union, ABC 96,500,000. Scope of work, earthworks, construction of reinforced concrete revetment, furnishing and driving of structural steel sheet piles, installation of RCPC cross drain including head walls, tree planting. So contract duration is 116 calendar days. Next, 24A00488. So location is San Fernando City, La Union. ABC 144,750,000. Scope of works, earthworks, construction of reinforced concrete seawall, furnishing and driving of structural steel sheet piles, and tree planting. For the contract duration, we have 216 calendar days. Next, 24A00489. Location is Produce, La Union. ABC 99,680,640 pesos. Scope of work, earthworks, construction of reinforced concrete revetment, furnishing and driving of structural steel sheet pipes, installation of RCPC cross drain including head walls, and tree planting. So the contract duration is 219 calendar days. Next is 24A00490. Location is Santa Cruz, Ilocos Norte. So the ABC is 44,969,000. For the scope of works, clearing and grubbing, embankment from borough, furnishing and driving of steel sheet, construction of reinforced concrete pipe culvert cross drain, PCCP is 280 mm thick, asphalt overlay, yes is 50 mm, application of thermoplastic pavement marking, and solar lights. Contract duration 164 calendar days. For the supplemental and bid bulletin, so issued by LAC to answer requests for clarification. Query submitted 10 calendar days before deadline or interpretation and upon BAC's initiative to clarify or modify any provision of bidding documents. So at least 7 calendar days before the deadline for bids. Posted in PHF's and PE's website and at any tools placed within the premises of procuring entity. So Section 22.5.3, 2016 IRR of RA 9184. Bidders who have submitted bids before the issuance of supplemental or bid bulletin must be informed in writing and allowed to modify or withdraw their respective bids. So for the eligibility requirements for Class A documents, valid field of registration, platinum member, all pages in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of the IRR. So technical documents, so the statement of prospective bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract, and statement of bidders' single largest completed contracts for the SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid except under condition provided under the rule. Special pickup license in case of joint venture, and registration for the type and cost of contract to be. Original copy of bid security, if in form of surety bond, submit all verification issued by the Insurance Commission, or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. Project requirements, which shall include the following. We have the original chart for the contract to be bid, list of contracts key personnel, for example, the project manager, project engineer, materials engineer, and foreman to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. List of contractors' major equipment unit, which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreement, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. So original duly signed omnibus work statement and is applicable. Original notarized secretary's certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative. Or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For the financial documents, the prospective bidder's computation of NFCC or the net financial contracting capacity. For the Class B documents, so if applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement in accordance with RA 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence. Or duly notarized statement from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into abide by the provision of the JPA the instance that the bid is successful. So for the computation and FCC at least equal to ABC, computed using the prescribed formula. So NFCC is equal to the current asset minus current liability times 15 minus the value of unfinished project, including awarded project not yet started, coinciding with the contract to be. Per DPWH Resolution number 18-2017, in view of the Class A eligibility documents, which were uploaded and maintained current and updated field checks, bidders are required to submit their field check certificate of registration, platinum membership, during bid submission in case infrastructure projects, pursuant to Section 25.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. Submission and opening of bids, contents of first envelope for the technical proposal. We have valid field jobs registration, platinum member. So all pages in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of the IRR. Statement of the prospective bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be. And statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract similar to the contract to be bid, except under condition provided under the law. Special pickup license in case of joint venture. Original copy of bid security. If in form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission, or original copy of the notarized bid securing declaration. For the project requirements, organizational chart for the contract to be bid, list of contracts key personnel, list of contracts major equipment unit which are owned, lease and or under purchase agreement, supported by a proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. Next, original duly signed omnibus word statement, and if applicable, original notarized secretarial certificate in case of a corporation, partnership or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full authority and to its officer to sign the OSS and to do act to represent the bidder. The prospective bidders, computation of the NFCC, if applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement in accordance with RA 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence, for duly notarized statement from all the potential joint venture partner stating that they will enter into abide by the commission of JVA with the instant that the bid is successful. For the bid security, so the validity period is 120 calendar days from the date of submission of bids. Bid security validity period, 120 calendar days from the date of submission of bid. So the bidder shall submit a bid security declaration or any form of bid security. We have the cash or cashier manager's check, bank draft guarantee, or irrevocable LC. So the amount is 2%, not less than the base. For the surety bond, we have 5%. For the content of second envelope, we have the financial proposal. Bid form must be in accordance with the form prescribed in section 9, bidding forms of bidding documents. Bid price in the bill of quantities, duly accomplished detailed estimate form, cash flow by quarter. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Similar to manual submission, the guidelines for the preparation and submission of an electronic bid are contained in BDS ITB Clause 17 and Department Order Number 87 Series of 2020. For the bid evaluation, the financial component of bid of each past bidder shall be evaluated using non-discretion criteria, including arithmetical correction for the computational errors, and thus determine the correct total calculated bid price. The bank shall automatically disqualify any total calculated bid price which exceeds the existing. So the following factors are to be considered in evaluation of bid price. For the completeness, no price in required item, non-complying, indicating a 0 or dash, free to GOP. All price are deemed to include all taxes. Bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including where applicable BOQ, shall be considered non-responsive. For the arithmetical correction, bid price in figures, PS words prevails. Total price versus unit price per item, unit price prevail. Total price versus actual sum of component item, actual prevails. Unit cost in detailed estimate versus unit cost in BOQ, latter prevails. If above ABC, so the bid is non-compliant. For the post-qualification, we have verification of legal requirements, licenses, certificate, permits, non-inclusion in blacklist. For the technical requirements, we have the SLCC, key personnel, so minimum work experience requirement should be satisfied, availability and commitment of major construction equipment. So failure of the prospective bidder to state a complete technical description of the pledged equipment and the specific location, whether owned, leased, or under purchase agreement, shall result in the bidder's automatic post-disqualification for award of contract and forfeited of its bid security for DO 58 Series 2012. Performance in ongoing government and private contracts. Negative slippage of at least 15% in any one project, or negative slippage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more contracts. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works and complete ongoing contracts in the prescribed date after receipt of the notice of defects and deficiencies. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificate of acceptance in the prescribed date after the receipt of notice of defects and failures. Substandard quality of works or unsatisfactory performance per contractor's in condition at the time of inspection. Liquidated damages directly imposed on the contractor. DO 127 series of 2018, strict application of RA 9184 in the conduct of post qualification of bidders with delayed ongoing contracts with the DPWH. Authenticity and correctness of bid security. For the financial requirements, we have the audited financial statement, especially current asset and liabilities, up-to-date value of the all outstanding or uncompleted works under ongoing and awarded contracts, updated NFCC versus aims. Requirements within 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidders of the notice from the back. Bidders has the lowest calculated bid or highest rated bid. The bidder shall submit to the back the following. We have registration certificate from SEC, DTI for sole proprietor or CDA for cooperatives. Mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zone or areas. Latest income tax and business return duly stamped and received by BIR and duly validated with the tax payment. Tax clearance for EO 398 series 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Valid Philippine Contract Accreditation Board license. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or a finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award, provided that in the event that a finding against the veracity of any documents submitted is made, shall cause the forfeiture of the bid security in accordance with Section 69 of this IR. Notes on the personnel and equipment requirements of the project. So as per DO numbers 9 series of 2012, if a proposed technical personnel is unemployed with the bidder and working on another project at the same time, the bidder shall submit a certification that the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract. So he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office. The bidder may propose a key technical personnel who is not yet employed, provided that the said personnel is required to submit a certification that he or she will work for the bidder if it is awarded the contract under the bid. This certification shall be included in the first envelope of the sale bid. Also, to be verified during post-qualification is the set of equipment pledged by the bidder. The bidder should specify the submitted bid the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post-disqualified. So for the list of key equipment unit may be owned, lease, or under purchase agreement supported by certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project. For the laboratory equipment, please refer to DPWH DO 11 series of 2017 for the minimum materials testing equipment. For the contract award, the contract shall be awarded to the bidder whose bid has been determined to be the lowest calculated and responsive bid as a result of the detailed evaluation and post-qualification conducted. The successful bidder shall be notified through the issuance of notice board within the bid validity period and must be confirmed with the successful bidder in writing within 10 days upon receipt thereof in accordance with Section 37.2.2 of the 2016 revision IRR of RA 91. Common reason for the bid eligibility and post-disqualification of bidders. Failure to submit original copy of the surety bond certified by the Insurance Commission, indicating the name of project, the procuring entity, and the name of contractor, shorter bid validity and bid security validity period, overlapping of pledged equipment and committed key technical personnel, failure to indicate the validity of bid in the bid form, late submission of bid, failure to submit supporting document, example, certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of project if equipment pledge is to be leased or purchased. Negative slippage in ongoing project, so negative 15% or more, or negative 10% in each of 2 or more ongoing project. Unsatisfactory CPES rate. Incomplete pages of bid documents with the technical and the financial. Authority of the signatory to sign on behalf of the bidder. For the single proprietor, signatory should be the owner or the proprietor only. Corporation or cooperative, board secretary's certificate and board resolution, joint venture resolution or agreement, partnership as indicated in the article of partnership. So we have here the reminders for 24A00301, 24A00339, 24A00463, 24A00473, 24A00475, 24A00476, and 24A00478. The deadline for the submission of clarification is 10 days before submission of bids. Deadline for the submission of bids, April 8, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m. Number of copies of bid proposal, 1 original copy for the technical and financial. Place of submission of bids, Bids and Awards Committee, 2nd floor, conference room, DPWH Regional Office 1, City of San Fernando, Laoag. For contract ID 24A00483, 24A00484, 24A00485, 24A00487, 24A00488, 24A00489, and 24A00490. So deadline of submission is 10 days before submission of bids. Deadline for submission of bids, same April 8, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m. And the place of submission of bids and awards committee, 2nd floor, conference room, DPWH Regional Office 1, City of San Fernando. That's it. Sir, may we also acknowledge the presence of Mr. Winston Joe Latawan, representing the Latawan Construction.
Morning. What project?
For contract ID number 24A00489 for the construction maintenance of flood mitigation structure and drainage system, construction of flood mitigation structure along Bridge 1 River, Barangay Kawayan, Ilocos.
So the project details and requirements for the technical and financial of this presented. Any comment from our perspective here? No comment, sir. Thank you. So as presented, the next procurement activity, particularly the bidding for this 14 projects is on April 8 for this 14 projects as presented. So all concerned about the bank and the bank DWH is attendance next procurement activity on April 8 at the DPWH Regional Office 1 conference room. So, any more on our agenda for PWG?
Okay, sir, wala na po.
So, for today is we have no more activities for the bank. So, today, and how about tomorrow? Update on tomorrow?
Wala din, sir. Wala pang proyekto, wala pang sir.
So, again, there being no matters to on our agenda, so I now call the adjournment of the procurement activity for the Preventive conference for preparation. Thank you, back members, thank you. From PWG, our respected leaders. See you on the meeting of the in case you want to submit your proposal. So our ID support, thank you. Secretariat. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
The meeting, the proceeding is now adjourned.